Unfortunate death yesterday of Ele, octogenarian tribal rights activist and Elgar Parishad accused Father Stan Swami, and after that the criticism against the centre has only grown louder. In fact, today 10 political parties wrote a letter to Rashtrapati Bhavan saying that they were anguished, they were pained by the death of Father Stan Swami. They even said that he had deliberately been denied better medical treatment. He wasn't even afforded some basic necessities of life like a straw and a sipper. Not just that, there was also critique which came in from the Human Rights Commission, the UN Human Rights Commission, and the European Council. But the government of India stood up in the face of all this critique and made it very clear that the entire judicial process, the benefit of which was given to Father Stan Swami, and in fact, in his last few days, he was also given the best medical treatment and that of his choice. But despite that, there are certain facts that still stand out in the face of this criticism. Facts like Father Stan Swami being in hospital, him repeatedly being denied bail at the instance of the court, and finally, that if there wasn't good medical treatment that he was given, it is in fact the responsibility of the Maharashtra Prison Department. Let me in fact go across. Joining us now, Guru Prakash, national spokesperson of BJP, continues with us, as does Professor Om Prakash Mishra, spokesperson of the TMC. His party in fact is a signatory to the letter, as is the DMK. Spokesperson A. Saravanan joins us, Mohit Altaf, national spokesperson of the JDS. These three parties are all signatories to that letter. And political analyst Dr. Suman C. Raman. I want to start by asking you, Mr. Saravanan, why did you sign on this letter? In fact, if I could put that question first to you, Mohit Altaf.
Ma'am, Pankaja, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, loud and clear, go on.
Yeah. See, we have signed the letter, the all-party leaders have signed the letter as the draconian UAPA law has been, pushed on the Father Stan Swami, and he was being detained for the activist, for the issues which had the Elgar Parishad case. As well, he was being denied by the basic amenities in the jail. See, NIA had in the investigation process, the zipper and the straw. When was it given? And the COVID cases were on an extreme, the increasing, and 84 years old, and he was denied by the health treatment.
Who has to give him a zipper and a straw, sir?
No, zipper and a straw has
Mr. Altaf, who is to give him a zipper and a straw?
On a later date, the High Court has given the permission to give it, but it was very, it was very late. It was very late. Giving a treatment to a patient.
Wasn't it supposed to have been given to him by the jail? By the Taluja jail?
In human treatment for an aged person, a senior citizen, respecting at least his age, the treatment, repeatedly, that too after a lot of protest, he was given the zipper and the straw.
But Mr. Altaf, let me read out to you from the letter where you have actually said, and your party has put its signature on it. It says he was denied treatment for his various ailments, including debilitating Parkinson's. The fact is, he was actually in hospital. He was in hospital. He shifted to a hospital of his choice. And his unfortunate death happened there.
Yeah, see, he was arrested in 2020 in October. And when was the permission given? In December? In March? When his treatment, when an age treatment, a senior citizen, a person who's an activist who's been, throughout his life, fighting for the Adivasis. See, inhuman act has been done. Inhuman act has been done.
Guru Prakash, you may have sent him to hospital, but it was too late, and that is inhuman.
It was too late. Yes.
Padmja, this is clearly beyond my comprehension. The people who coined the term urban Maoism, and I still categorically remember, it was Mr. P. Chidambaram, Union Minister of Home Affairs, back in UPA 1, who coined this term urban Maoism. And they are now coming in support of urban Maoists. Nothing can be more laughable. But let
We are
me
not
make it
coming out
very
with
clear.
urban noise.
I think. Let's not speak over each other, sir. Let's have a civil debate. Let's please show some grace and dignity, sir. That is point number one. The second point is it is the judiciary that gave the verdict and not the government. So I don't know why the questions are being raised on the intentions of the government. That is the second point. The third point, it is Maharashtra. The jail is in Maharashtra. The treatment was happening in Maharashtra. So is there a BJP government in Maharashtra? I want to ask my friends tonight. I seriously don't understand. I mean, this is just different strokes for different folks. Please come clear on this. This is not a matter of politics. This is a matter of national security. It was Prime Minister Manmohan Singh back in 2008. He said that the biggest threat to internal security of India is left-wing extremism. And obviously, there are evidences. It is the finding of the judiciary, it is the finding of the court, not the government of the day.
You are
Please
blaming
come clear
Father
on this.
Stan
Please
Swami
do
as
not sympathize. Please do not sympathize. Please have some faith in the judiciary. It is a constitutionally mandated institution. When you are raising question mark on the judiciary, it raises question mark on your integrity as well. Padmaja.
Mr. Saravanan.
See, Padmaja, this is an assault on the human rights. The bail provision in the Criminal Procedure Code states that if you are an old man, old person, bail has to be granted to you. How can an 84-year-old man, what threat he can be? How he can flee away from justice, or how he can do anything? He is not even able to take care of himself. This is what we have seen, and that picture, he being chained. I think that speaks volumes about.
But then the lapse of judgment is on the part of one, the special court, and then the Bombay High Court. If you're saying that there is somebody who is not posing any threat to society, then it's a lapse on part of the court, right? For not enlarging him on bail.
No, Padmaja, I'll come to that point. See, who's opposing it? Who has put him in that position? It is the government. Does the government does the government does not have any role to play in human rights? How will the entire world look at us? Jailing an 84-year-old man, denying him access to everything.
But sir, as far as the government, or in this case the NIA is concerned, in their charge sheet and their supplementary charge sheet, they are very, very clear that there was correspondence to show that there was a conspiracy. The charge sheet, in fact, very specifically talks about how there was a conversation about arming the tribal population for overthrowing the state. So as far as the government is concerned, are you saying that by giving benefit of age, the government should say the NIA should abandon its investigation on humanitarian grounds? Is that the official position of the DMK? Then it should apply across the country to every case.
Yeah, Padmaja, it is not about abandoning the investigation. This is about showing some rights, showing some humanity towards the person who's 84 years old. I'm saying he is not able to take care of himself. And when we are talking about the charge sheet, that is the version of the police that has not been tested by the court. This is not a final verdict by the court. A charge sheet is just the version of the police.
The court actually found. Sir, let me actually quote to you from what the trial court subsequently said, that there is enough evidence at hand. After the charge sheet, the court said there is enough evidence at hand to put public interest above the demand or the request of Father Stan Swami to be sent out on bail. This is what the court said. So yes, this is what the police's, the NIA's version is. It is not the gospel truth, but the court thought it was credible. Mr. Saravanan.
Yeah, maybe the court is wrong. The court is wrong. The trial court is wrong. It should not have come to that conclusion, especially taking into the age of the Mr. Stan Swami, and the higher court should have come in and kicked in and played the role. That has not happened.
All right, the trial court is wrong.
Because
the trial court is wrong, but at the very least, humanity, Guru Prakash, an 84-year-old ailing gentleman, Parkinson's disease, you could have shown some humanity.
No. See, the question is about the court and not for the government. And I would like to remind my friends from the DMK that it is in writing available that the National Human Rights Commission has made a categorical request to the Chief Secretary of the Government of Maharashtra to make special arrangement. So the apex human rights body of the country, which is the National Human Rights Commission, has not only taken up cognizance, but has also directed steps for the Chief Secretary of Maharashtra. I fail to understand that this selectivity, that instead of raising question mark on the performance of state of Maharashtra, because law and order is clearly a state subject, you are raising question mark on the credibility of the government. You cannot fool the people of India. I think, please, listen to us.
Mr. Saravanan.
You have your full time. You have your full time. No. So please have that. Please ask questions. Please ask questions from your friends as well. You're just not asking questions with your friends.
There was no question of the investigation being taken by the NIA. Once the BJP government in Maharashtra goes, then NIA takes this case. So what is the special interest for the central government or the BJP in this case? That is the question.
No, you see, this is clearly prejudicial on the part of my friend. The Hindus, sadhus who were lynched in Palghar, Maharashtra, don't they have human rights? 76 CRPF jawans were killed in 2010 in Dantewada. Don't they have human rights? The women of West Bengal, the Dalits of West Bengal, they are brutally murdered on the streets of West Bengal. They don't have human rights. So why this selectivity in your approach, sir? I seriously don't understand. It is a matter of
Who's talking about selectivity?
It is a matter of judicial wisdom. Have some faith in judiciary, have some faith in judicial wisdom, and then don't do politics over this matter of internal security.
Okay, Professor Mishra, I think you need to respond to this because West Bengal has been brought up. You write a letter to the president about what's happened to Father Stan Swami, sad as it is, but remain completely in denial about what's happening in West Bengal.
See, 10 leaders of opposition who have served the country very well through their parliamentary career, they have written the letter to President of India, and this is very credible. And to allege that we do not know that what is a threat to the country, that is very laughable. BJP is the party that believes in selectivism, and that is how some of the arguments here, so-called arguments here, have been put forth. See, this Elgar Parishad case is a fabrication. Entire country knows it. And unfortunate but true that tomorrow and in the next coming weeks, entire world comes to know about it. Now, a friend here already pointed out that as soon as we have a new government in Maharashtra, the central government rushes through the NIA to take over the case. So therefore, the fabricated evidence, as has been well established in the case of another activist, Rona Williams, that is something that has been presented by the NIA. And therefore, there is no reason for us to doubt that the central government is attempting to create a fear psychosis, and they are trying to dehumanize our system, and then they are trying to take away the human rights of people, of activists who have championed the human rights for the poor and Adivasis and other vulnerable sections.
Okay, you say it is completely fake already.
Second, I would like
Guru
to
Prakash,
point
respond to that, then I want to bring in Dr. Suman Siraman. So you are saying it is fake and fabricated. It's fake and fabricated, undue interest in these cases. Guru Prakash, yes.
Of course,
No,
it is fake and fabricated.
Padmaja, this is the politics of convenience. On the basis of your convenience, you assume the role of an investigative agency. On the basis of your convenience, you assume the role of a court, you assume the role of a judiciary. Please have some faith in the judicial wisdom. It is a constitutional institution. But I have a very fundamental problem with this entire proposition. Congress, NCP and Shiv Sena, they are ruling in Maharashtra. He was present in Maharashtra. His treatment was going in Maharashtra. But not a single question is being raised on the party that are ruling that is ruling in the state of Maharashtra. So I seriously, this is politically motivated, and I don't see any water in this argument of the opposition leaders.
Dr. Suman Siraman, you know, everyone talks about terrible living conditions in Taloja jail, denial of treatment in Taloja jail, you know, murdering Father Stan Swami in Taloja jail. But who is responsible for Taloja jail? Ask them questions. Those people are putting their
Padmaja.
signatures. NCP and Congress has put its signature on the letter.
Padmaja, I have only one question which blows open the entire case in terms of how hollow it is. Mr. Guru Prakash, a man who is accused of a plot to destabilize the country, right? Destabilize the country, incite violence, and assassinate leading figures and so on. The NIA gets him and does not question him for 8 months. How many days was Father Stan Swami taken into NIA custody and interrogated? So quite clearly, they have known that there is no point in taking him into custody and interrogating him. Otherwise, a man accused of such huge crime would at least have been taken into custody for at least for the sake of being questioned. So that itself exposes this whole issue here. Second, the Maharashtra government was not the government which was opposing bail. It was the NIA which was opposing bail. So if you ask why are people talking about the center and not the Maharashtra government, there you have the answer. It is not the Maharashtra government which said that we couldn't find a zipper. It was the NIA which argued persistently, saying that he should not be given bail and he is a threat to the country, etc., etc. Now, a man who is a threat to
Okay, so your
country,
argument is that the NIA should not have opposed bail on humanitarian grounds, given that he was ailing. However, the NIA also said that he could be provided medical attention. And they had suggested JJ Hospital. However, Professor Stan Swami decided to not go to JJ Hospital. Unfortunately, it has ended in his demise. But the politics around it, I think there need to be clearer facts and not just political rhetoric. This is something we will examine in the days to come as well. Today, however, the government of India is very clear that due process of law has been followed in letter and spirit. Thanks very much, all gentlemen, for having joined me from the News Hour Agenda. See you tomorrow.